Everybody, we're going to do a review of the Geometry Chapter 1 review that I've already filled out and given you all the answers. Question number 1, okay, give you algebra expressions for these angles. It's an angle addition problem. The small angle, angle ABD plus angle DBC is equal to the complete angle ABC. We've just substituted and solved. And once you get a value of x, we take that value of x and we plug it back into each of these equations. I did this one right here on the side, got 88. And then I plugged it in here and got 45. And the reason I did that was to check my answer and got 133. But we would put 88 in here. Question 2, angle GHK is 17, but it's also an algebra expression 4x minus 3. So I set 4x minus 3 equal to 17 in order to solve for x. And once I get x equals 5, I take the 5 and I plug it into the other expression because they want angle KHJ. Question number 3 is a complementary angle question. Two angles that add up to 90, so we just find the difference that would add up to 90. Question 4 would supplementary, which is two angles that add up to 180, so I found the difference of the angle that would add up to 180 with 50 degrees. Question 5, how to name a line. Okay, you always need 2 points to name a line, so you can't use 3 points to name a line. Question number 6 is a protractor problem where you have to identify the angles, so I gave you 3 colored angles that correspond to these down here. Okay, so make sure you're able to identify the angles. The next question, question 7b, is between A and C. So I set up a little diagram and I put B in between somewhere of A and C. Then it's a segment addition problem. AB plus BC is equal to AC. Substituted, solved, and got x is equal to 27. Then take the 27 and plug it into each of these expressions to find out how long they are. And then you make sure the two shorter ones add up to the long segment. Question 8. Angle M is a supplement of angle N, which means these two angles have to add up to 180. That's why I wrote this expression. Solve for x, and then substitute into each expression. Question 9. Need 3 collinear points. I gave you the 2 choices. Well, points E, F, and B. E, F, and B are on the same line, and A, F, and D are on the same line. And then you have to find out which one on the bottom would go into that drag and drop box. Same with the right angle. There's 4 right angles here. 1, 2, this whole angle here, 4. So I named them all here. You figure out which one would go in here. Here's the 2 choices for vertical angles, these 2 or these 2. And figure out which one would go in there. Midpoint problem. So if it gives you the 2 endpoints, then we're going to plug that into the midpoint formula. And I solve the formula for you, so we get 1.5 comma -2. Find the base of a triangle given the height. So we start with, and the area is 180, so we start with the area formula. Make sure you use the correct formula. I plug in, substitute, and solve. Question 12 says simplify the square root of 50. Square root of 50, what's the biggest perfect square that goes into 50? It's the square root of 25. Root 2 times, so it's 5 root 2. 13, find the area of the following triangle. Okay, the triangle is the one in black lines, and this red is your height. This is your height of the triangle right here, and this is the line that it hits, but this is not actually part of the base. So the base is just 2, and the height is 3.8, so we plug it in here. The area of a trapezoid, use our area formula. Remember, base 1 and base 2 are the 2 lines, segments that are parallel to each other. 6 and 3, plug it into the formula. Question 5, area and perimeter formula of a rectangle. Make sure you use the formulas, substitute and solve. Okay, question 16, find the area and circumference of a circle. Round to the nearest tenth, which means we're supposed to use 3.14. Identify what's the radius and what is the diameter of the circle so that you use the right numbers in the right location. So the radius is going to be used in the area formula. The radius is also going to be used in the circumference formula. We're going to round to the nearest tenth, so we're going to take the second place. If it's 5 or greater, you would move this 9 up. It's not, so we keep it as 379.9. But since this is an 8, that's going to move this 0 up 1 place to a 1. Now this one, be careful. It starts with a diameter of 16.8, but we need the radius, so we're going to take this diameter and we're going to cut it in half and get 8.4 as your radius, and we're going to use 8.4 in these problems. And then there are the rounding. Question 18, find the area of the following circle using pi exact. Pi exact was when we don't substitute any value in for pi, we just keep the pi symbol there because we need it. We just haven't put 3.14 in for it. So we keep this pi symbol here, 5 squared, and then we put it how it should be written algebraically. And question number 19. Ray BD bisects, which means it cuts this angle into 2 congruent angles. So that means 11x minus 12 is equal to 8x plus 3. It's asking you to find x, but then also the big angle, angle ABC. So what we did was we found x, and then I substitute and find out what each of the small angles are, and then I added those together and got 86 for the angle ABC. And that's it. Okay, good luck with the test. Hope you found this useful.